Meanwhile, the National Economic Council has approved 100 billion naira, subject to a final ratification by President Bola Tinubu, for rehabilitation of training institutions for police and other security agencies in Nigeria. This followed recommendations by the Ad-Hoc Committee earlier constituted to assess the state of police and security agencies training institutions nationwide. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports that at its 154th meeting held virtually, NEC also approved the 2.6 billion naira for consultancy services for the project.
President Tinubu had, at the 152nd meeting of the National Economic Council in October 2025, proposed the overhaul and revamp of training institutions for security agencies nationwide. Chairman of the Ad-Hoc Committee and Governor of Enugu State, Peter Mba, had in his presentation to Council underscored the urgency and significance of the condition of the training facilities, saying most of the training institutions are in their condition.
What we did as a committee is to segment the 55 institutions, identifying 25 of those locations in the first phase. Those 25 locations are the training schools and the training colleges. Because of the urgency and because of where we are in terms of security in the country today, we felt that those locations that can absorb and train the recruitment that the president has approved, the 30,000 and just recently additional 20,000 recruitment. We thought that we should focus on the training institution.
And I will call on our colleagues to kindly and immediately approve an amount that will make Governor Peter Mba and his team to swing into action and start addressing our core challenges, especially in fixing the training facilities, for instance, mentioned by the Governor of Nasarawa State.
To not be out of place, if NEC recommends that each state should have a training facility for the police, especially with the clamor for the establishment of state police.
The Ad Hoc Committee on Polio Eradication also gave an update by the chairman, Gombe State Governor Inwe, noting that the committee has met 4 times between June and November 2025, deepening political commitment, strengthening coordination, and ensured that states remain firmly engaged in the national push to interrupt the remaining variant poliovirus transmission. The Minister of State Petroleum Gas made a presentation on the cost and availability of domestic gas, particularly the payment of outstanding obligations to gas producers to encourage increased production and supply for domestic consumption. Approving the committee's prayers to, among other things, concur with President Bola Tinubu's approval for the payment of the outstanding obligations to the tune of 185 billion naira to gas producers to ensure improved supply of gas for domestic production. Vice President Kashim Shettima also charged the governors of the 36 states of the Federation to ensure that economic reforms by the state governments translates into clear, measurable improvements in the lives of Nigerians.